We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for when we turn this video, smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. Now, here we are with SPRT support.com Inc. We're going to talk about some technicals. We're going to look at some of the data going on right now with support.com and what is going on in the charts, and how this is presenting itself as an opportunity to be one of the top squeezes right now for the week and even upcoming weeks. I know it already ran and it's kind of too good to be true, but just like how it was too good to be true on Friday, a lot of investors were like, well, this already ran from $11, $4, $5 all the way to 22. How could it go even further? And on Monday, we saw this go all the way up to 60 bucks. So we're going to talk about all the key things, but before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run of the day that I mentioned this morning over at the Discord and the other stocks mentioned as well. We're going to get into everything here with SPRT and support.com Inc. So the stocks mentioned this morning were spectacular. Every single one of them gave us 10% plus opportunities, and the home run of the day was phenomenal. If this is something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together. This was a phenomenal way to end the month of August. Tomorrow we start fresh with September, but these were the stocks mentioned this morning, and our worst performer was ACIU, giving 10%, about 10 to 15% at its peak, and then pulling back and small jumps of 3 to 5%. RHE was another one mentioned, and ZEV was a stock I talked about back on August 10th. That was a home run that date, and today it nearly missed home run territory. It hit highs of about 18%, which we're going to look at that chart in just a moment. But here we have the home run of the day. RHE, talked about it in the pre-market, pulled back and started to pick up volume and momentum, hitting a highest point of 30% plus. And as you can see here on the screen, this is 42 vision indicator that you can gain access to as well. By joining the tier level 42 vision, you'll gain access to the Discord, Patreon, weekly watch list, daily watch list, and everything that entails the videos that I share, as well as the indicator that can show you based off specific levels in the candles of momentum and volume. Now here we have ZEV pulling downwards in the pre-market, caught it at those lows of 907, picked up a little bit, pulled back down, and took off in a matter of 15 minutes to a highest point of 18% plus. It missed home run opportunity by just a few percentage points, but it gave a highest point of 18% plus. If this is something that interests you and you look forward to joining, I look forward to having you join us. I would like to invite you to join us. The link is down below in the description. And as always, let's jump into these charts. So as I stated earlier in the video, it was too good to be true on Friday and it went up to 60. Now I'm not saying that's exactly what's going to happen here, that things are looking too good to be true and the momentum is going to go up. But I'm going to share with you guys a few reasons why support.com is definitely one you want to be aware of and not miss out on, just like every other stock that I mentioned here on the channel, and just like every other stock that you may have come across. And then when you look back at it, like any investor would look at and say, man, what did I miss? You know? So support.com is in a very risky position. So I'm not really in too much of a rush to be watching this one or anything like that. If anything, I would love for this to keep on going downwards and going into further weakness, presenting its real direction, because it's supposed to go lower. I mean, the weakness is there. You could see it in the volume. There's less volume than the average 10-day volume of 57 million. So weakness is kind of normal. Now, we want to pay close attention. How close does it get to 25.80? Does it break through it? Does it go back towards $20 around this area here of $19 to $21? What is going on? But the main thing is, when you look at it, there's some strength here, right? Some strength within this area, and it has done a move. So shorts have to cover eventually, okay? Shorts would need to cover at these levels. Yes, some of the shorts have probably covered here, but there's still a lot of short interest, and there's a few days to cover, and we're going to look at it in just a moment together. And then also, there's a few different things pushing the possibility of another run or another actually speculative opportunity here with SPRT support.com because of the merger coming up, and I believe it's on September 10th. If you guys want to quote me on that or correct me on that or confirm that down below in the comments, you can. but I think that's the next big catalyst. It's just whether is this going to hold itself up towards it and then run, or is this going to continue that downward trend and then that catalyst is going to bring it up, plus a possible short squeeze all over again and forcing shorts to cover, because we have here the amount of borrow fee rate, the short squeeze score of 97.50 for support.com, and days to cover is 0.07. Okay, this is huge. Okay, and when we go ahead and look at it on its own platform here, there's short shares availability 0 when it comes to its own information, not that whole chart. And then you also see here the short shares per day is nearly in the 50s. Okay, we have 52, 43, 49, 48. That's pretty close to 50. So the last 2 days and the last 3 days have been over 40, close to 50, and that goes ahead and shows how much short shares per day of the volume is actually there. Then this needs to update, but it says here that the last 17 minutes it updated for today in the afternoon. 0 short shares availability, even pushing the possibility of an even further upward potential with the merger news and the short squeeze. We'll have to see, because mergers are sometimes run up towards it or sometimes run after it, right? So you got to see what side of the spectrum this is going to be on, because if this run towards the merger, sometimes after mergers they fall. Sometimes they fall towards the merger, and then towards that merger or right at the merger, it runs up. So there's just different ways to play every single opportunity. That's why I'm not in no rush. I'm going to be watching this. The risk is a lot higher at these levels compared to way down here, but it's also the number one on the list here when it comes to the short squeeze score and the days to cover and the amount of short interest that it has, which we're going to look at here. And then we're going to talk about the technicals in the chart. So the short interest is 40.99. This has not changed since we've talked about it. 41% nearly. It has not changed. So this is usually delayed by a day or two. We got to see if it changes. But for now, it seems like short interest is still the same. The shorts are holding on tight. And the only ones that are going to shake themselves out of an opportunity here of this to go higher are the bulls themselves selling, pushing this one downwards. So I think it's going to be important as an investor to pay close attention to these trends, what's going on, how much lower does it go, and also keep in mind that the biggest thing I'm looking for to go down is this number, because if this goes down and the stock starts going up, that means shorts have begun to cover, and it's actually going to push it up even further with that merger news, that information, that hype, that speculation. Then we have a short squeeze on the way, and then shorts are forced to become bulls even though they wanted to be bears, just creating so much momentum. And above all else, the volume down here, guys. I'll be watching that. That needs to actually go up significantly above the average 10-day volume so that this can also push up beyond what it's actually doing, because you could see that it's just kind of sitting sideways, but it's less volume than the average 10-day, and that is something to definitely be aware of as well. So the support level right here, super significant for 25.80, keep it in mind. Then up here, that resistance 39.33, and then the highest point in this sideways action 42.92. I'll just round that up to $43. That would significantly need to be broken through and turn into a support to pull away from, to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. And then we have the highs up here that we'll have to look into if it starts pushing in that direction. But when we go ahead and put here 42 vision, you can see how things had momentum here at this point, but right now things are just kind of sideways on the 30-minute. When you go a little bit more microscopically, you can see that there's been some weakness here, and we're going to have to see if there's a shift in reversal here, right? A shift in reversal would be, a shift from red over to red with green out borders, and then dark green, and then green all the way up, pushing it even higher like it did here on Monday. That was a big pullback, and then it took off to the 60s. So definitely something to be aware of. Watching this one closely. It's wanting to go down towards that support, and that is something to keep in mind as we continue watching this one going into that merger date and all the hype and speculation, plus the days to cover and being the number one short squeeze score. As always, guys, Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make